Happy Monday. I'm Patricia Derricaz from Realty Executives Hometown in Shelby, and this is Jason Mittler. He's from Caliber Homes, also in Shelby Township. We came on here today to give you a few items that everybody probably needs just to help you figure things out, and we're going to talk to you for a few minutes about first-time home buyers. There's so many myths about how much money you need in your credit score. All of them can easily be fixed, and Jason's the man to do it, and I'm going to find you a house. So we're going to give you some tools today, and if you have any questions, our numbers and the offers that we have will be at the bottom of the screen under subscriptions, and just some nice takeaways on picking out what your favorite things are about a house and having your wish list together so we know before we get started. I also do a buyer's consultation, which I will come to your house, and I know you're busy, so I'll come when you get home. I'll play with your kids and I'll bring a couple pizzas, and then we will be able to figure out how to get started. Okay?
Is my turn to talk here?
Yep, almost. Hi, I hope you had a chance to look at the downloads that I sent for the buyer's questionnaires that I will have you fill out and send to you before we come over and bring pizza for you for a night at your house. Also, Jason is going to talk to you what this video is about, myths of why people rent. They think that they need a certain credit score or $20,000 down. Those are just not true. Nobody's told you what's available. There's a ton of free money. There's all kinds of loans, and you can get into a house. It might not be your perfect house, but it's going to be your house. And at the end of 5 or 10 years, when houses go up, you're going to have equity in your house. If you have anything that happens in your family, you're going to have money to draw from. Or if you're ready to retire, you're going to have some money there too. You can buy something somewhere warmer. Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a ton of great programs around, and one of the statistics out there, I hate getting too much into statistics, but there's 89% of the population are unaware that you could bring as little as 5% to the table. Actually, you could bring in 3% in some cases. And what was more astonishing, I found, is that there's 45% of potential home buyers that still believe that you have to bring 20% to the table. So me and Patricia have been looking at different areas in the Metro Detroit area. And I took, for example, a property in Chesterfield, a condo in Chesterfield. And I worked up all the numbers, and there's a program by Michigan State Housing Department and Authority that is a $10,000 down payment assistance and free money, closing costs grant. I call it a grant.
3 years.
Yeah. So, and this is a 0% interest loan. And so what this does is, say you didn't have this Michigan down payment assistance, you're buying a $200,000 condo, you'd be looking at bringing about $15,000, $16,000 in this particular case to buy that condo. Now with that $10,000 down payment assistance, which is in 236 zip codes in Michigan, that would be as little as 6%. And then here's where Patricia comes in as well. Or I'm sorry, not as little as 6%, as little as $6,000 to buy your home.
$6,000. Some people get that in taxes and they go out and buy, shoes and a purse.
Absolutely. And now you're buying a house for $6,000. I mean, doing lease agreements for people, how much first month's rent is, last month's rent, security deposit.
That's what you need.
That could be well beyond that just to rent. And this is also something that Patricia does on her end, and working together, is potential for seller concessions. So if I'm telling you need about $6,000 to buy this $200,000 condo or house, maybe you could get $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and that means you could bring as little as 1% of the purchase price to the table to buy your house. I think that's unbelievable to a lot of people. And on a $200,000 house, I've had people buy a house for $2,000 out of pocket.
Absolutely, I've seen it happen. I actually had a girlfriend of mine that I went to school with. Her name is Laura. We went to close, and we had so many concessions that she didn't bring anything, and she walked out with a check for like $300.
And we're doing that almost on a weekly basis with our clients, that Michigan only requires 1% of the purchase price. So once again, you have somebody buying, I have a client right now buying a $130,000 home in Hazel Park. She's literally bringing to the table $1,300. We had a couple of them that people actually got some money back at closing because you have to pay for your appraisal up front.
Yes.
And I like the point you made is how much people are paying in rent. So if we took this similar condo for $200K,
They're leasing right now on the low end for $1,800. So
right, so $1,800 a month
times
is what they're
12.
leasing for. Now, if you bought that with this down payment assistance grant, your monthly payment would be exactly what you're leasing for right now, $1,800 a month, all inclusive. But here's the difference. You would be paying $1,800 a month from the landlord, which is $21,600 a year. That is not going to your principal. You're not gaining appreciation in your house. In 5 years, that is $105,000 you have paid for nothing. You have no ownership. You absolutely have nothing. It's like throwing away money. And I know times like, I know Patricia didn't want me to bring this up too much, about 2008, and people are scared this will happen. There's so many factors. I made a Facebook Live why this is not 2008. The man.
I mean, it would be nice if it was. We can all buy 4 or 5, but right now it's not. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely, the man just is unbelievably exceeds.
There's not
supply.
enough houses for buyers. So the houses, this is how many houses we have, and this is how many buyers we have. So it's still a good time to buy. There's nothing happening to the market.
No, and I mean you could go back data 40 years ago, and this is the lowest amount of inventory that we have. We actually need people to list their homes, if anything else, for all the buyers on the market. So that's another thing you call Patricia for listing your home. But what I was getting at, another fascinating, I guess you could say, statistics that I found out about was that everybody's worried, like, how about there's a crash, my house is going to depreciate? Because we talk about a lot about buying a home and you're going to gain equity. So Patricia said, down the road, that's a lot of people's total net worth is equity they have in their home.
That's how people become financially rich in America, is through
absolutely.
real estate acquisitions. It's not going to happen again. If it did, you still would have a house with the same payment that you'd be paying for a lease. And if something does happen to the market, which I told Jason it's not going to, you still would be in your house. You would still have the same payment. Leases are going away. Leases are going up every single day. If you are leasing, don't be surprised when it comes up if your landlord says, oh, I've decided to sell, because they're getting an extra chunk right now and they're thinking, why am I going to keep renting for another 5 years? I'd rather just take the equity right now and enjoy myself. It's been happening all the time.
So I look back to 1941. So that's been 81 years ago, roughly. In 81 years, homes have appreciated 73 of those years, only depreciated 7 of those years, and it was stagnant from 1 year, which there was no appreciation or depreciation. So those periods of time out of those 7 years were 1990, 1991, and then 2011 through 2007 through 2011. So what that means is, despite homes appreciating the last couple of years, the odds are in favor that they are going to keep appreciating. And since there is no supply compared to the demand we have, you're going to be waiting on the sidelines, and you're going to want to buy a house, and I'm going to wait till rates go down.
We're going to scan this in too. There's a few things that are going to be in the computer, your computer, once you download them, and you can print them right up. It'll give you more information. And the best thing to do is call us on a weeknight when Jason's son is not playing ball, and we will come over with some pizzas. I will play with the kids.
Available.
Well, he gets you pre-approved. And at that point, you'll have your questionnaire filled out for me that you're also going to download. And it's going to have your entire wish list on it. I can't promise you're going to get everything, but you're going to have your own house, and it's going to be yours. And the pride that you will have that you finally own real estate, what you can do for your family and yourself, is just the hugest accomplishment. It's time to do something for yourself. You are worth it.
And I think you could speak to this, though, is that, like, having ownership means you can do whatever you want. It's your house.
Yes.
You don't have to abide by anybody else's rules.
You can have someone carry in a dresser and knock the 7,000 paint job wall off the wall.
Exactly.
Or
and not have to pay for it when you break the lease.
And invite some friends over.
So, and we're here to make this process as simple as possible, both of us, and that's why we teamed up doing this. One thing I want to say from the mortgage end of things, everybody's like, thinks that I'm going to ask them for their firstborn, like what you need to get qualified. There's essentially 5 documents: your driver's license, your last 2 years W-2s, your last 2 pay stubs, if you own a home, your current mortgage statement, and your 2 months worth of bank statements. That's it. I've had people upload that or send me an email within 5 minutes.
Well, not everybody's that, you know.
Right, and we're here
Not
to help
everybody's
you
that
with
organized.
that as
but
well.
But either way, I'm going to put that down there also so you can upload it. And I know it's getting towards summer, but this is the time to start thinking about things. We're not going to not answer the phone. I'm not that kind of a realtor, and Scott's not that kind of a mortgage officer.
Jason, you keep calling me Scott.
Sorry, Scott.
No problem.
All I'm saying is we answer the phone. I'm working 24/7. I love to meet up and show the houses. I educate the buyers. We walk around the house, and I find out the slope of the property, for water. I don't like trees real close to the house. The most expensive things are on the outside of your house. You got to worry about that. You got to worry about the roof. You got to worry about your gutters. You got to worry about the chimney, the steps. The inside of the house is paint and cosmetics. You can go to TJ Maxx and get a new bathroom and a can of paint for $40. So the outside is the part that I'm concerned with. That's where you might have, issues in the future. Also, I always make the seller pay for a home warranty. So the first year, if you get nervous, what's going to happen if my washer, my dryer breaks? I'm right at my stove right now. Somebody from the warranty company is going to come over. They will charge you like $100, but that's it. If they can't fix it, they'll replace it. So there's a lot of things that we can do, and I'm going to have everything below for you to print out. You can fill it out. Give us a call, 586-709-4106, and you pick the night. We're coming with pizza.
And my number is 586-383-8700. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis. You have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and we'd love to answer them. And if I could plug one more thing in here, when I have my clients call me, you're going to know exactly what you're walking to. Patricia's going to handle your housing needs and wants, and as far as me on the mortgage end of things, you're going to know what your cash close is. You're going to know what your monthly payment is. So when you're going to make that offer, you and Patricia are going to make that offer in a house, you know exactly what you're walking into.
I always
surprises.
Pull the taxes. When I come to your house too, I'm going to bring the tax mills for Macomb and Oakland County, and you'll be able to see if you go somewhere with a lower tax mill, you can save like $10,000 over 5 years. So if you go to Washington Township with Utica Community Schools, the taxes there are the lowest in Macomb County. And
that's also, a great point. There's a big difference.
The less taxes that you pay,
nearby.
You can afford more of a house.
More of a purchase price, definitely.
Because there are places where the taxes are higher, and then you've got to find a house that doesn't cost as much. So we'll go over all that. I am going to teach you. You are going to be educated, and you'll be able to tell somebody else. This is how it goes. It's very easy. It's a little frustrating. I'm not going to lie to you. I talked to people that we had like a hell closing because someone was psycho and didn't get out of the house when they were supposed to, and I had to pull out my superpowers.
Yeah, it is a stressful process, and that's our job is to make it the least stressful.
You won't remember, I promise.
Yes.
All right, we'll be talking to you soon. Give us a call, print those papers out, and then we're going to stop by and meet you and your kids, and we're going to bring some pizza on the night of your choice.
Have a great day. Looking forward to hearing from you.